Yo, what's going on guys, Max here, and today I'm going to be talking about how to improve your accuracy in Fortnite on PS4 and on console in general. There are many ways you can train your accuracy, and I'm going to share all of those ways in this video today. So make sure to stick around for the whole video, and if it does help you, please leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notifications to never miss an upload ever again. I've also done other stuff that can help you improve at Fortnite, and you can find the playlist with all those videos in the description below. So click that and you'll find it there. So without further ado, let's begin this video. So there are actually multiple ways of training your aim, as I've said before, and we're going to be starting off with probably the most simple one, for me anyway. Keep constantly playing the game, and if you really want to improve your accuracy, you'll go to tilted towers as much as you can. And this might sound very frightening for people who have only started playing the game recently. However, in the long term, this will help you drastically and hopefully allow you to drop a lot of wins in the process. So this tip is quite simple and vague. However, some people are just not willing to be challenged and want to become great at the game straight away. And yeah, I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that. And I hate to break it to you guys, but if you don't keep playing the game as much as others do, you just simply will never be as good as them. Like, you've got to keep up with the meta and everything, and yeah, you've got to keep up with the others' skill level. Well, let's move on from that negative stuff anyway, and explain why tilted towers will help you improve your accuracy so much. So, as you know, tilted towers is probably the most hot drop in the whole of Fortnite, and it's guaranteed that you'll find at least 5 to 10 to maybe even 20 people landing there every single game. It might be quite hard for beginners to even compete with those who have landed tilted regularly before. However, over time you should be finding that your aim is improving because you are forced to engage in so many fights there. And this isn't only a way to improve your accuracy, but also a way to improve your decision making skills in Fortnite and your building skills, as build fights do break out quite often at tilted towers. I remember doing an experiment a couple of weeks ago, actually, just landing at tilted every single game for about a week straight, and I found my aim to be improving really quickly. So I do recommend you guys try this out for yourself, but don't be too harsh on yourselves if you keep dying, and just carry on and eventually you will get there. So that's about it for tip number 1, and let's move on to the second one. So for the second tip, I have actually picked sensitivity, and what I mean by that is you've got to figure out your personal sensitivity. There are lots of YouTubers who post videos about the settings and sensitivity they use. However, it's never ever going to be as useful as you think it is. Just because someone like Nick Mercs or Ghost Agent, who are both great controller players by the way, have the sensitivity at a certain level does not mean that you should have yours the same, if that makes any sense. Everybody comes up with their own sensitivity really, and what they prefer, so you should focus on yourself more instead of watching those videos and keep wondering why you're not improving. So keep experimenting with your sensitivity, and when you feel that it's about right, make final tweaks to it and you'll find the perfect sensitivity for yourself. Also, many of those videos I was talking about earlier are quite outdated because the building sensitivity was once not a thing in Fortnite, so you might want to experiment with that as well. So that's all I really wanted to say for that tip. However, I want to make one final point. I found out that keeping your sensitivity quite low, around 6 to 7, is quite effective now, as you can adjust your building sensitivity to be about 1.4 or 1.5, and that works perfectly for me. I can aim very well and still build quite rapidly and keep up with the top players that are out there. Yeah, it works perfectly. And finally, moving on to tip number 3, which I actually believe is quite important. Use creative mode to your advantage and find aiming courses online and try to go through them a couple of times before you start playing Fortnite when you come online. This will be a great warm-up to see if you're being rusty. Huh? That doesn't make any sense. My script messed up. Oh, god damn it, I'll be back in a second. But anyways guys, please do use creative mode to your advantage while you have it, and just because you've stayed here for so long, well, I mean, it's only been about 5 minutes, but yeah, I'll give you a few extra tips. So firstly, getting yourself a monitor will help you greatly, because smaller screens such as 24-inch, which is like the screen I've got, which I think is the optimum size actually, but it will just make it way easier to aim and just makes the whole experience of gaming better. So if you do have some spare cash lying around, you could try get yourself a monitor for around 100 to 200 pounds, which would be $100 to $250, I'm assuming. And finally, you want to understand how the shooting mechanic works in Fortnite. So it's pretty basic, but you can benefit greatly from knowing what you're doing. And so the Fortnite aiming mechanic is based on complete randomness, which I do not like. But before you start shooting your target, crouch and stay still to get your first shot accuracy on your guns, and it will help you get the first shot off easier and make your bullet RNG a bit better, because the crosshairs will be much tighter when you start off crouching. It does mean you have to sit in the open for a couple of seconds, however most of the time you will not get sniped, from my experience anyway. But yeah guys, that will be it for today. I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you could leave a like and subscribe to the channel, it will mean a lot to me, as I do spend a lot of time trying to make these videos for you guys, and hopefully it helped. But on that note, I'm out guys. Peace out. Bye bye.